afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Kate Thompson, your host for the Best Real Estate Company's Friday Focus. I am one of your principal brokers here at Best Real Estate Company, and I have decided to put this podcast together so that I can do whatever I can to help people stay abreast of the things that are going on in our industry, in terms of marketing and trends and things of that nature. I want to use this tool as an educational one that can help you to enhance and grow your business. And so, without further ado, we're going to jump right into today's episode. I'm not expecting it to be super long, but I do want to say that for the last few weeks, maybe a couple months at the most, I've been talking about the importance of having a value proposition in your real estate business, and what that means to the consumer. Having a value proposition is really the surest fired way that you will be able to maintain the level of commissions that you have been able to maintain. We're not going to go into any more detail about the antitrust lawsuits and the proposed settlements that came about as a result of that. But I do want you to know that those um, lawsuits and the decisions that are coming out from that are mostly going to affect us as agents in terms of how we can, ask for our commissions. And so today's um, podcast episode is going to talk a little bit about value proposition. We're going to elaborate on that a little bit more. And in what I mean by talking about value propositions, I'm going to give a very basic description or definition of what that is. And then I'll go into some sharing with you about some tools that are already readily available for you to be able to use in developing your value proposition. Also, I am going to share an additional link this week, just like I did last week. For those of you who watched who got the email and listened to last week's podcast episode, we talked a little bit about value propositions, and among other things. And one of the other things that I did was shared a separate link, which had a recording in it, where one of our longtime realtor broker emeritus, Richard Scarborough, spoke about things that he does in his real estate business to keep it growing and to keep it sustaining itself. And so today I wanted to point out to you guys certain things that you can use to help improve your value proposition and possibly to help you save some money. Hopefully, we'll help you to get some, continuing education out of it, amongst other things. I wanted to start by giving the example, or like I said, a layman's term definition of what a value proposition is. So, for those of you who don't know, the value proposition is the statement that you make for your business that sets you apart from everyone else in the industry. What makes the service you provide so special and unique to a buyer or seller that they will be willing to pay your preferred or requested percentage amount? So that's what the most basic definition of a value proposition is that I can provide to you. And so I was having a conversation today with one of our fellow agents, and she was going through the process of trying to work out, getting a listing agreement for some land. I think she pretty much had it in the bag. I didn't have to do a whole lot to help her. But one of the things that I was asking her was, when you're going to the client to discuss, well, let me be clear about something. Before they sign a listing agreement or a buyer's representation agreement, they are your customer. We have a certain fiduciary responsibilities to our customers, and then we have an even deeper set responsibilities for our clients. So if they haven't signed a buyer's rep agreement or a listing agreement with you, they are in essence your customer. One of the things that NAR did not pride itself on before these lawsuits. Well, I don't want to say they didn't pride themselves on it. I firmly remember them discussing that you need a buyer's rep agreement, but I guess people really weren't clear about the seriousness of that. You have to have an agreement for representation in order technically to be paid for the work that you do. So for those of you who turn in the confirmation of agency form in your real estate transactions, if you don't have a buyer's rep agreement in there, then you don't have an agreement for the buyer or the seller, for that matter, to be compensating you if you're a buyer's agent. The confirmation of agency form does not do that. What the confirmation of agency form does do is it confirms with the other side of the transaction that you are representing your client. That's it. If there is no line speaking for compensation for you or any other parties involved in the real estate transaction, and you don't discuss that with your buyer and fill out the appropriate forms for compensation, then legally you're not, you shouldn't be compensated. So we will be checking files just so you guys know, as we do always, to ensure that our buyer's rep agreements are in place in our files. And we've been doing a pretty good job. We have been specifically looking for that the last couple of weeks. And for the most part, we have people that are adhering. We had a few questionable things, but I think out of the sheer number of agents that we have and the number of files that we've had to check, we have a pretty good batting average when it comes to having those forms completed and filled out. Now, let's move on to the apps. So one of the main questions that I believe that agents are going to get asked when they're talking to their clients, whether a buyer or seller, about their compensation, the buyer and seller agents need to be able to properly articulate what the client is getting for their money. And so we have some tools that are electronic. Actually, two apps right now that I'm going to encourage you to download to your phone. One app is going to allow you, if you go through the process and take the education, is going to allow you the opportunity to earn a couple of hours of free CE credit. It's also going to give you the opportunity to get an endorsement, which endorsements through the National Association of Realtors are free. And it's also going to help you when you're speaking to buyers. So for those of you who listened to the podcast last week, you know that I said if you went to competition.nar, so not competition.nar.com, but just competition.nar, you will see on there that they have already prepared a booklet for buyers agents. It's called 178 Reasons Why You Need a Buyer's Agent to Represent You in a Transaction. And with that, you can take any one or all of those 178 things and put them into your buyer's representation or your buyer's packet for when you're, working to secure the buyer. This app that I was talking about, though, is the C2EX app. And this app is the one that it's free to download. If you're, go to your Play Store, your Apple Store, and just type in C2EX, C, the number 2, EX, and you'll see the little yellow app come up with the C2EX in there. Just download that. You log on using your NERDS number, and you will be able to take the assessments needed. And so C2EX stands for Commitment to Excellence. So that's one of the tools that you can have for in your value proposition, is to say to both buyers and sellers, hey, I have committed to excellence in my profession by doing, the things that are outlined. I'm going to make sure that you're protected from cybercrime as much as I can. I'm going to help you to navigate the forms and all the things that you have to fill out for that. And all those other things that are listed in that app that you should be doing in order to make sure that your buyer is protected and well represented. The other app that I want you guys to download at your earliest opportunity is the Realtor app. So you just go to NAR on your app store, your Play Store. You just type that in, or you can type in Realtor. You'll see a blue app with the Realtor R on it. You download that, and that's going to give you all the information you need about all sorts of things. So I subscribe to as many NAR publications as possible because I like to understand, the real estate landscape for both commercial and residential properties. I like to understand the trends amongst the citizens in our country, how they're buying, what they're afraid of, what they're happy about, those sorts of things. They have trends to watch in here. They have all sorts of wonderful information that can help you with your market knowledge. And market knowledge is very important to have and to understand, especially in our current times. And so, having those apps right there is really just the right amount of information, I think, to get someone started understanding, what value proposition is, and really being able to share, our responsibilities to our clients in terms of how we best serve them. The other thing that I wanted to point out in terms of apps is one that I have mentioned to you guys before. And it is an app that will actually, if you use it properly, allow you to make money, number one. And number two, it is really an app that can help you to effectively manage your business, take time off from your business if you need to, without having the hassle of trying to figure out, who is available to, kind of keep it going and help make sure that your clients are being shown properties. And this app is called the Show Ummy app. You download it the same way you do the C2EX app and the NAR app. The Show Ummy app, you'll know that you're downloading the right one because the word Show Ummy is there, SHOWAMI, but they have a little orange house in a circle. And basically what Showami is it is an app that allows for on-demand showing agents. It is a reliable way to have your buyers be shown properties, like I said, when you're not available. And it also can help prevent you from, giving up a ton of your commission because you're needing someone to show a client a property while you're out of town for a few minutes. So basically the way the Showami app works is you sign up. It's free to sign up. You sign up using your email. You create a password. And then they will give you an option to add a payment method to the account, so that if you ever need to show somebody or need to request rather that someone, one of your clients is shown a property by another agent because you're out of town, you would be able to pay for their service right away. They would deduct it from the card that you have on file. Also, if you are a showing agent and you are looking to help buyer agents who are not in town to show properties and you just need to make a little extra money, then you can be on here as someone who can be requested to um, show a client. And so there's different prices depending on, what the client wants to see, the distance. But normally it runs between 30 and, $50 for someone to request that another agent show their buyer. Basically, you get an alert to your phone that says, "Hey, there's an agent who needs the assistance of a buyer agent." So, in so many words, you are able to select that particular opportunity, and then once you select, they'll tell you the date and time, the location that the person is looking to go and see the property, and then they'll tell you the price, so what you would earn in order to be the agent that's showing it. You can go back and forth even in there and negotiate with the client, with the listing agent, or with the buyer's agent, who actually is the agent for the client, to negotiate a price for it. Just depends on what you're looking at. Also, you can get paid multiple times from the same client, as long as you're entering in that you're showing multiple houses for that particular client. Um, Also, through March 31st, if you join this app, if you join this platform, they are giving out um, um, extra dollars just for having people join. So you can earn $10 anytime for each agent that you refer once they've signed up and started, working. Um, Hundreds of agents, actually, they say, have earned money just by telling others about the service. And now there are 3 ways that you can earn extra money through this app before the end of the month, which would be March 31st. So if you refer the most agents, the person in first place will get an additional $250. If you are in second place, you'll earn $150. If you're in third place, you'll earn a $50 prize. Um, and If you are someone who is knows a property manager, because we do not manage real estate property. So if you know someone um, who would make a good fit, then you can register them, or they can come and register. They'll give you a specific referral code that they're supposed to use, and they will be tracking the property management referrals by the agent or property management company, and the one with the most referrals will receive this $250. And then they will be tracking all signups by referral link. So getting just one account to sign up will automatically enter you into the main drawing for $250 and 4 sub drawings of $25 each. So that's kind of what's going on right now with the show on me. But just keep in mind, like I said, it is a great way to get your property shown, to make money showing properties for other people. I love it because I can show a property and then go back to my regular life. I don't have the hassle of having to deal with, um, or, well, I don't want to say the hassle. I don't have the responsibility, I should say, that's a better word, responsibility to deal with the buyer after the fact. I just show the property, I give feedback to the agent, I collect my money. And there is really no wait time on this. They pay you as soon as you complete the showing request. So I hope that this is enough information for you guys to kind of get an idea as to, what a value proposition really is, and what are some things that you can do to really show your clients, the value that you bring or that you could bring to a transaction. And, these are some tools that you can use to help people understand why you would be, why the price you're charging for your services is a price that's befitting the service. And so, with that being said, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. Next week, I think we'll have our wonderful Shanita back. She had a little bit of an accident, and so she has been home these last week or so recuperating. So we wish her the best. And I am also looking forward to having some of you on the podcast too. If you do have a special business or skill or service that relates to real estate and you want to share that with us, whether you are participating as as an Airbnb vendor or an investor for short-term rentals, maybe you do understand 1031 tax exchanges and things of that nature. Any type of real estate related information that you think would be a benefit to the agents and will allow us to help them to be stronger, we want to hear from you and we want to have you on this podcast. So thank you so much for joining. I hope that you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'm looking forward to next week's episode.